Hello to current and future leaders. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of The Big Idea, where I get the opportunity to speak to Southeast Asian leaders who have had big ideas and are making an impact in the world. Today, we get the opportunity to talk to Dwi Jayanthi. Welcome to the program, Dwi.
Hello, Jason.
So
Thank you so
wonderful we get
much.
to, my pleasure. We get to speak to you, and you are in Bali today, the beautiful Bali.
Yeah, thank you. I'm in Bali.
Great. Now, what we're talking about today is a big passion of yours, and that is plastics. So my first question for you is why should we be thinking about plastics?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Um, when we talk about the plastic, especially for the plastic waste is around us. We can see the plastic waste in the land, in the river, in the beach, and also far in the oceans. So many sea animals die from the plastic waste in the oceans. We They cannot recognize that between fish and plastic waste because that
Mhm.
mix in the oceans. And that's so dangerous to us as a human to know about the dangerousity about the plastic waste. And also for us as a human, in the landfill, there are 30% of the trash is plastic, Jason. So,
Wow, I didn't realize
plastic,
it that
yeah,
much. Mhm.
Plastic is undegradable in nature. So that's why it's
Mm.
still there until 100 years. And sometimes the plastic can be microplastic. The new research say that the microplastic found in our blood, human blood, that's a very dangerous to us because it can destroy our digestions, and also it can be a cancers in the futures. So we need to take our responsibility about how to use single-use plastic wisely, and then because we are you human produce the things that the plastic that can destroy our civilizations. That's make me to concerned about how to campaign this single-use plastic to educate to the people about please minimize your usage of single-use plastic through
You
this
made
plastic detox movement.
exactly. You made several good points, and I just want to emphasize two of them. One is that I never fully thought about this before, although it makes complete sense. Animals do not know what plastic is. So they come across plastic. Some of them will attempt to eat the plastic or they'll play with the plastic, and it can be very dangerous for their health to either obviously eat the material, but also just to breathe in the material. It is very dangerous for them. And the second point I wanted to emphasize is I just read a study recently where they looked at the blood of humans in a particular community and they found that there were residues of plastic in their blood. So none of us quite realize how much plastics is entering our system. So, yes, we all need to do something together to try to figure out how we can solve this problem. And I know you are part of an organization that is attempting to do just that. So tell us a little bit about Plastics Detox.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's why my team and I conduct this campaign. The name is Plastic Detox. Plastic Detox established since 10 years ago, but I joined this 5 years ago. We encourage small businesses to reduce single-use plastic because there are so many campaign who already reached the up level as advisors to uh, push the government to build the regulation to ban the single-use plastic. And also there are so many campaign support the beach cleanup. And then this campaign of plastic detox in the middle, we encourage small businesses because they also take part about the plastic waste that we face currently in the earth. So we invite them to only 4 items, Jason. We ask them to do not use a plastic straws, do not use a plastic bag, do not use a styrofoam packaging, and also please provide refill water stations so we can refill our bottles there and then prevent the plastic waste from the bottles. And then currently we have 44 cafes and restos in 7 cities in Indonesia. They already support this movement and they prove their best practice that okay, this business can run as well to support environment and also to get their profit. That's the goals of the business, right? But they can take a part as an environmental aware for environment. Yeah.
You have a fan joining us. Professor Anak has joined us. And that's just a
Thank
reminder
you.
to
Thank
our
you.
audience. Yes, please, to our audience. Share your comments. If you have a question for Dwi, please put them in the comments below. We would be happy to share your comments and questions. So, Dwi, you said something that really made me think. You said that you are encouraging businesses to not use plastic bags for their trash. So, instead of plastic bags, what should a business use to take care of their trash?
Oh, we encourage them to do not use plastic bag for the takeaway, Jason. For the
Oh, for
takeaway
takeaway.
food and takeaway beverage. Yeah. Mhm.
Ah, uh-huh. Yes. To limit that, to arrive with the
Mhm.
package, but not in a bag. Because most people
Yeah.
just take it out of the bag anyway. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. So, what types of businesses do you visit?
Yeah, the type that businesses there are small businesses. Mostly there are cafes and restaurants.
Hmm.
Here in Bali, some in Jakarta, Bandung, Yogyakarta, and Lampung.
Hmm. I haven't been to Lampung yet. I've been to
Mm.
Yogyakarta, but not Lampung yet. Uh, so, when you visit these
So do I. I
restaurants,
have never go there.
oh
Mhm.
yes, yes, yeah. Well, maybe we'll go there together one day. So
Oh,
the
okay.
restaurants, when you visit the restaurants, are the managers, the owners, are they
Mhm.
friendly?
Mhm.
Are they open to your
Yeah.
advice, or do you have to convince them?
Yeah, that's great questions, Jason. So, how to convince the owners of businesses? First, we do our mapping about which one of the restaurant who has the owners or managers that uh, aware about environment issues, and then we call them to pitch our idea about these campaigns. Would you like to join this campaign? So this is a benefit, and if we have a collaboration, we can do this, do that, and after that, we arrange our meeting about the training their staff how to communicate to customer if they meet the customer ask about why do you don't provide us a plastic straw, why don't you provide us
Mm,
a plastic bag, because that's very common that we face the problem in the situation of small businesses, and finally the businesses owner they sign the MOU MOU with us as Plastic Detox for make sure everything will going smoothly, Jason, because we also do monitoring and evaluations every 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, and we help by volunteers to do that.
mhm. It's another good point. So you talk to the restaurant, you talk to the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
you train them, you let them know, well, this is what you should say to your customers, because for a lot of
Yeah.
customers, if they find out that their favorite restaurant or their favorite small business is thinking of the environment, it'll be a positive. They'll want to return to that business because they'll understand that that business is ethical and trying to do the right thing. Now, for PlastikDetox, do you have volunteers? Do you work with volunteers?
Yes, yes, we have adorable volunteers, so many volunteers with us. The one that popped up the chat before, Professor Anak Agung Oka Saraswati, is one of our
Mhm.
volunteers. Thank you,
Ah,
Prof.
great.
um, yeah, we are in a plastic detox, mostly helped by volunteers, Jason. Since 4 years
Mhm.
ago, when I start work here in plastic detox, I open recruitment for the volunteers because I believe that the power of the youth can help this plastic detox campaign go bigger and bigger. So right now we have 16 volunteers. um, they divided into every division, so they help us for how to connect with the governments, connect with the other communities, and also manage social media, and also create a design, because that's we need here in plastic detox. And also, and we um, every we recruit the new volunteers, we always ask them,
Mhm.
what do you want if you to be volunteer here in plastic detox? So I just make sure we get our benefit, both of us. We need their ability or skills to have this campaign, and make sure that volunteer also get any benefits from us. So yeah, that's why we do open volunteers annually, and right now we have all of them in Bali and also the outside of Bali.
I love that you really care about your volunteers and you want to make sure that they gain skills from the experience. That
Mm-hmm.
obviously they're passionate about helping the cause, but you can help them gain so much from the experience, develop their professional skills. And it isn't so easy to go to a restaurant or a small business to say, hey, could you change the way that you're conducting your business? It could be a tense, difficult conversation. But if they're trained and they know what to
Mm-hmm.
say, and they know how to make it into a positive, then it can be a win-win for sure, and
Yeah,
help
that's true. Mm-hmm.
help
Everything
reduce
needs
plastic
process,
waste.
because
Yeah.
talk yeah because when we talk about reducing plastic, we talk about behaviors. Plastic
Hmm.
is simple things. Plastic make it practice. Plastic is hygiene, and we we encourage them, the businesses, to please stop using single-use plastic. So
Hmm.
it sometimes it takes time to them to accept this campaign and finally agree to doing this campaign, Jason.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's simple awareness. It's just that they've been using plastic for many, many years and they've never thought about it, or they don't want to
Mm-hmm.
change. And so sometimes it's just having that conversation and building that awareness. Oh, you have another fan, Fiiska. Samangats. Kakudui.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Priska.
Fiiska, for listening to the program. So I also want to talk about a special experience that you had. You went on a Waisili Professional Fellowship to the United States. Where did you go?
Yeah, I went to a town of Arlington in Massachusetts State back to 2019. I was in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah. I have never imagined that I can go there before, Jason. So that's why, oh my God, my dreams comes true. I went to
Hmm.
Harvard University. Yes, yeah, just look at the ambience. Oh, this is the university that we know before from the internet. And I went to the Boston. Yeah. I got so many experience there, Jason. When I was in Wisely professional fellow for the sustainability and environment. Yeah, I work in public services department in town of Arlington with my we pair I with my friend from Vietnam at the time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad that you mentioned it. That's another lovely part of the Waisili program is that a
Mm-hmm.
young Southeast Asian leader from Indonesia gets to meet a young leader from Vietnam and discuss your different countries, your cultures, as well as learning about the US culture. I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear a little
Yeah.
bit more about your fellowship. Let's do that while looking at some photos that I know you brought
Yeah.
today. So I'm going to ask my assistant to bring up your photos from your fellowship. All
Wow,
right,
this is
what are we
memorable
looking at
thing.
here?
Yeah, I with my college that with the blue shirt. She is we were introduced to the town of Arlington government at that time. We met with all function stakeholders there to talk about what we work here in town of Arlington and also what uh, we work in our country. So like sharing experience about that. And yeah, when I was in the public services department, I learned about how they put concerns to manage stress in the town. They divided the days between like for example like Monday and Wednesday they only put a recycle trash and the other day they only pick up the landfill trash and
Mhm,
the government there also encourage their community to compost their or compostable trash in their backyard. So
mhm.
I learned about the oh that's so great management of the trash there, and I cannot see here in Indonesia yet.
One day,
Yeah,
one day,
one day, yeah, hopefully.
sharing best
Yeah, my
practices.
I am here, and the other activists also encourage the government to build their the particular management for the trash because when we talk about the plastic trash, we talk about the landfill trash. That's so very exhausted. We don't know where is the K that we need to lock in. So yeah, that's like hopefully one day we can do that.
Well, it's what we were saying before. If you haven't thought about these issues before, then you just keep doing it the way you've been doing it. But
Mhm.
one of the reasons we have these professional fellowships is to share ideas with each other and learn from each other the best way to handle it. We all produce trash. So if we can do so in an environmentally conscious way, that would be the best scenario for all of our countries.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's great.
let's look at the next photo.
Oh, okay. Next photo. Wow. Yeah, I took this picture when I was as a volunteer in a repair day. So, um, this location in the town of Arlington, they provide many tables there with um, different people that have different expertise for this example that like the lightsaber from the Star Wars.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of Star Wars.
Yeah. That is lightsaber. So this
Mm,
lady wants to repair the lightsaber here,
Mhm.
with the electricians. Yeah, the electrician help the city to repair this
Mhm.
for free. And the other table, we can see that like old lady went there, bring their broken clothes, and then the tailor will fix the clothes for free also. And the other place, also the other table
Wow,
also,
that's great.
uh, yeah, old lady, the old lady already brought its lamp. The stand lamp is so very tall, and yeah,
Mhm.
it fits there. And also the other grandfather brought a broken radio to fix at that time. So
Mm.
I'm when I was there, I was inspired that wow, the community was so very compact. So the very can help each others without ask for money because we can repair our old stuff, right? We don't need
Mm.
to trash it in the trash bin because we
Ah.
can repair it. Yeah.
That was the point. Instead of, because a lot of people, if something's broken, you'll just throw it away and get something new. And you're producing more trash, more plastic that way. So if you can continue to use the old product, I see. I see.
Mhm.
Well, before we go to the next photo, which one is Luke Skywalker and which one is Obi-Wan Kenobi?
The Obi-Wan. Oh my God. Which one you are supposed to
Just
be the
joking,
Obi-Wan?
just joking.
Maybe you
All
are,
right, let's go to
Kevin.
the oh, thank you. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'll take it.
Oh,
Okay,
you
what
are
are we
Luke.
looking at
Okay.
here?
Oh yeah, here. I took picture when I was a volunteer in Foodlink. Foodlink organization is a campaign to deliver reject food but still fresh from the supermarket to bring it for free to the poor household. Yes, and so we
Ah,
just make sure the fruits, the cake, and also the other food that's still good conditions to bring the others because the supermarket just want to throw it away. Yeah, please
I
don't waste your
see.
food.
So I see. So this is from the supermarket providing extra food to the
Yeah,
homeless and the
whole food.
poor. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And volunteers would help
Mm-hmm.
them deliver the food.
Yeah.
Mm, it's important. It's a real sense of community in Arlington, Massachusetts. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I just realized that so many, yeah, like this, so many elders join as a volunteers, and they say that they just retirement and need something activities that can
Mhm.
help the others. And that's why
Yeah.
I meet with the elders a lot of them.
My grandmother retired at 84 and then she got bored. So she started doing volunteer work 3 days a week because people want to help their communities be a livable place, a better place. So
Yeah.
if nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
groups or government services can tap
Mm-hmm.
into that resource, people who want to volunteer, it's just a wonderful combination. I know you have one more photo. We saw a glimpse there.
Okay. Oh,
What are
I
we
just
seeing
remember
here?
that that morning was very cold. I freeze at that time, I think. Okay. That was a recycle day. Yeah, recycle day. I
Mhm.
help the others also there as a volunteers there. Just open the op- open that event. We I have them to put their recycled things in the right containers. So
Mhm.
the unique things there is they the government uh buy the government buy like electronic stuff. No, the government no the community pay if they have computer, CPU, and the others kind of big electronic like televisions. They pay to the government to make sure that waste go to the right place. Yes,
Hmm.
so the other on that, we also we also have the community to put their recycle trays like battery and lamp and also shirts and books, so many things. The government provide that to the community, so we don't confuse where we need to throw it. So I'm so happy at that time because I saw, okay, this waste will go in the right place because I am here. I don't even know when I need to throw my batteries because that is a harmful, right, to the our environment. So yeah.
Well, Dwi, thank you so much for showing us your photos. And
Mm-hmm,
I, I'm just thinking from this conversation, what I'm really thinking about is how if people and groups such as Plastic Detox and governments all work together, we really can tackle this issue of waste management because we all produce waste and we want to take care of that waste in a way that doesn't harm us, doesn't harm animals, is clean, is environmentally conscious. We can do this. We can do this together. And speaking of
we
inspiration,
can,
I
we
do
can.
want to ask you, you are an
Yeah.
inspiration. Who has inspired you? Do you have a role model?
Yeah, absolutely. I have my role model. I think people say this is a classic one, but my role model is my mom.
Hmm.
She taught me how to take responsibilities and how to be brave, how to be eager because I saw her wake up every day in the morning at 4 to go to the market to sell groceries. Listen. And she finished her uh, job in the market in in the 5 in the evening, and then she back to the house to prepare food for dinner to her family. And sometimes she also prepare for ceremony stuff here in Bali. So that's why I see her as a hard worker, but still responsibility of her family and their they give her after everything that we want to, not I mean everything that we want, or so like is that make you to grow up, it's okay. So that's why I I'm here now. I can take my own responsibility because since I was born, I love my mother so much.
Well, anyone who's willing to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning to take care of her family is an inspiration because waking up at 4 is not so
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, that's right.
But that's
I also have
what
kids right
parents
now,
do.
and I feel like, oh my God, my mother was so very eager, very, I don't know where his energy come from.
Mhm.
That's the power of mother.
Well, you clearly have a lot of energy, and I really applaud you for taking an issue such as waste management so seriously. Recycling, taking care of plastics. How do we make this a better world for humans and animals and our environments? And just taking care of plastics is super important. Whenever we read about the statistics of plastics, it is a problem, and we all need to work together to do something about this. So thank you so much,
Thank
and
you so much.
I really enjoyed hearing about your professional fellowship. the US Embassy, the US mission to ASEAN. We really want to support people to go on programs, go on exchanges, share ideas with Americans and other Southeast Asians, and let's all work together to make this world a better place. So thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to have to wrap up now. And thank you to our audience for joining us for another episode of The Big Idea. Thanks, Dwi. Until the next time, everyone, take care.